Hey guys, welcome back to Fourth Wall Reactions. Today it's time for more Doctor Who. This is Series 6, Episode 11. The last episode was very emotional. The story aside, there was a lot of, character work going on in there. And I think what I really love about standalone episodes is that even if the plot is totally separate from what is going on with the rest of the season or the series, you still have this continuity, or you can still have this continuity with character work. And I don't know to what degree the events of last episode are gonna have a ripple effect through the rest of the series. I feel like both Rory and Amy's individual relationships with the Doctor were really tested. So it'll be interesting to see if that experience has impact going forward. I'm really interested in seeing if that happens. Yes, so I'm looking forward to this episode. Let's check it out. Oh God, this is like The Shining. Oh, I need help. Oh!
You don't know what's going to be in your room until you see it. Then you realise it could never have been anything else.
Oh, what? Why is there a gorilla in the back?
Praise him.
When I was a little girl, I had an imaginary friend. And when I grew up, he came back. He's called the Doctor. He comes from somewhere else.
I'm
He's
scared.
got a box for the TARDIS that's...
We surrender. No, it's okay. We're not. We surrender. We're nice.
She threatened me with a chair.
We're nice.
Did you just say it's okay, we're nice?
Okay.
Right?
Pupils are dilated. They
Oh, as surprised as we are.
Oh, you're good. Oh, she's good.
He's immediately.
Amy, with regret, you're fired.
What?
I'm kidding. I take it from the pathological compulsion to
Immediately
surrender
drawn
is
to the
divine.
scientist.
the rooms have things in them.
Things? Hello. What kind of things? Interesting things. I love things. Ask anyone.
That's good.
How did you get here?
Oh, well, I was at work. I'm in town planning. We're lining all the highways with trees so invading forces can march in the shade.
Oh. So what have we got? People
Very
being snatched
nice.
from their life. Are there any more of you?
Joe, but he's tied up right now.
Literally.
No, I mean he's
Yeah.
tied up right now.
Yeah. Oh! Oh! Ah!
There's a room here for everyone, Doctor.
Ah! Sorry.
It's like these things. I used to hate them. They make me laugh now.
Okay, you're crazy.
Got look here, got look here.
I think you should come with me.
Here comes a candle to light you to bed. Here comes a chopper to chop off your head. Chop, 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 chop.
Can we do something about him?
Please.
Times like this, I think of my old school motto: resistance is exhausting.
Up, 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 up. Close the door.
What's Luther and Klingon?
Praise him.
Stop. Yes. The camera work is amazing.
This way. I found it.
Why are y'all going to different rooms? Oh!
Link.
What?
I mean, they're not maybe real? They're just from your imagination, maybe?
Amy, they're not real. You should have got us by now. Amy, look at me. Focus on me. It's your bad dream, that's all. Doctor, what are you doing? Sorry, I just have to see what it is. I have to see.
Oh, that's... He always has to.
Look at you. You are beautiful.
Bye. Oh, no.
Come to me. Come to me. Easy.
Bye, Joe.
You are a medical doctor, aren't you? You haven't just got a degree in cheese making or something.
No, well, yes, both actually. I mean, there is no cause. All his vital organs simply stopped. As
Don't
if the simple
discount
spark
cheesemaking.
of life is love.
This is Jahannam.
You're a Muslim.
Don't be frightened.
Aw.
You think this is hell?
Well,
Like you, you're right, clever clog. But this isn't hell, Rita.
You don't understand. I say that without fear. Gibbis is an alien, isn't he?
Yeah.
it's gonna be weird.
Praise him. Praise him! This is what happened to Joe. I'm saying if it were to bind him, it may be satisfied and let the rest of us go.
Oh, so sacrifice.
All I want to do is go home and be conquered and oppressed. Is that too much to ask?
It's okay. I'll stay with Harry. You take the others and go.
No, we stay together. Cowardice isn't quaint, it's sly, aggressive. No one else dies today. Brilliant. It's as I thought, it feeds on fear. Everything, the rooms, Lucy's note. I mean, even the pictures in reception has been put here to frighten us. So we have to resist it. Do whatever you have to. Cross your fingers. Say a prayer. Think of a basket of kittens. But do not give in to the fear. We're going to catch ourselves a monster.
Oh, that's fearful. It's interesting. They seem
me.
to become fearless when they're ready for him.
Me a glory.
Breath on my skin be the last thing I feel. Humbled by his glory. Praise
That's quite enough of that.
him. I've been told not to speak to you.
So,
Don't mean you can't listen.
oh no.
No.
The Minotaur.
This is a prison.
Oh,
You were right.
makes sense.
We are not right.
We're not right. We have to be
This is what Joe said, that we weren't ready.
purged of our fears first.
I'm here.
That's Howie.
Oh, God.
No.
Oh!
Somebody hit me. Or was it Amy?
Oh, no. Oh, no, no, no.
You shouldn't have done that.
See, when he first found the other guy like that, they don't seem dead. Okay, well, alright. Now he seems dead.
Why, what?
Why is it up to you to save us? That's quite a god complex you have there.
I'd say it was their choice, but offer a child a suitcase full of sweets and they'll take it. Offer someone all of time and space, and they'll take that too.
All of time and space, eh?
Oh, yeah. And when we get out of this, I'll show you too.
He's pitching it to her right now.
But whatever it was, I have a feeling you just did it again.
Yes. Yes.
Praise him.
Ah. Yeah. I like her. Oh, no. It's the doctor's room. 11. Oh!
Of course. Who else? You started to praise it, didn't you?
I don't want you to witness this. I want you to remember me the way I was. I'm at peace.
You don't seem to be.
I'm gonna hang up.
No, Rita!
Goodbye, Doctor.
Rita!
Thank you for trying.
Yeah, I think I might not watch it. I mean, if I were them, not me not watching. Yeah.
It's not fear. It's faith. Not just religious faith, faith in something. Every time someone was confronted with their most primal fear, they fell back on their most fundamental faith. And once her.
Me? Why?
me. That's what brought us here.
Ooh.
But why do they lose their faith before they die? Start worshipping
It.
It needs to convert the faith into a form it can consume. Lucy said,
Praise him.
exactly.
Oh, no. No, no, no. Oh. No, keep her. Yes. Ah!
I stole your childhood and now I've led you by the hand to your death. But the worst thing is I knew this would happen, and this is what always happens.
Oh, Rory. Oh, God.
Forget your faith in me. I took you with me because I was vain. Because I wanted to be adored. Girl, you waited for me.
Aw.
I really am just a madman in a box. And it's time we saw each other as we really are.
Bye. The prison breaking. Oh.
So what do Time Lords pray to?
According to the in-flight recorder, the program developed glitches.
What's it saying?
I feel a little bit bad for it.
Creature drifting in space through an endless shifting maze. For such a creature, death would be a gift. I wasn't talking about myself.
Oh.
real house, real doggies.
You're not serious.
The car. How did you know that was my favourite car? Show me a picture of it once. This is my favourite car.
Rory,
She'll say that we can't accept it because it's too extravagant and we'll always feel a crippling sense of obligation. It's a risk I'm willing to take.
can I feel like this? After everything we've been through, Doctor. You can't just drop me off at my house and say goodbye like we shared a cab.
And what's the alternative? Me standing over your grave? Over your broken body? Over Rory's body?
If you bump into my daughter, tell her to visit her old mum sometime.
Look after him.
Come to terms with that. Aww. Hold the tears until you get into the TARDIS. Poor Rory. Didn't I rate a goodbye?
What's he doing?
He's saving us.
Hello, Craig.
I did not stop that in time, so I heard him say, "Hello, Craig, I'm back." I know I'm gonna get to see Craig next time. Oh, man. You know, the conclusion of that episode is so strange because in addition to what I was saying in the opening about, I just wondered how their dynamic would be going forward. After that last episode, Amy had accidentally been left. She wasn't left, but you saw the whole thing. Just both of them, Rory and Amy, having their reasons to be upset with the doctor. And I was just like, man, these people's lives are not normal at all. And they've been through so much. And it doesn't come as a surprise to me because I actually thought during this episode, like maybe they'd just stay home for a while. The reboot of the universe was sort of tied into their wedding day. They honeymooned on the TARDIS. Their first child turned out to be just this wild sort of tale of, I mean, yeah, it is maybe time for them to not be involved. And the doctor has realized just how many times they've been in jeopardy. I don't know whether to save part of this for the end of series 6 kind of look back. But I will say, since both series 5 and series 6 up to this point, the points that I have seen, you know, there really haven't been very many moments where they've had a break or even discussed a break. And there have been episodes that indicate that Rory and Amy have spent, you know, chunks of time together on Earth waiting for the Doctor to return. I think they showed that at the beginning of this series. They showed it at the beginning of Let's Kill Hitler. But they were always sort of like timeouts, like we're waiting for something. And this is more like, no, we're gonna go and we're gonna live our lives. It's kind of difficult to believe that this is it, on one hand, just because I know companions tend to come back. But after the last episode and the events of this episode and just everything that has happened to them, whew, they deserve a break. I just found it fascinating that it came up during this episode. All those thoughts had been in my head, and then this happened. So I really liked the episode a lot. It started out on a note so creepy. You know me, the dummies. Oh, the very shining looking hotel. Red rum. No, were all creepy factors for me. There were a lot of, I actually don't fear clowns, but when clowns are deliberately being creepy, that's scary. The very first thing that I wrote is fear and worship, the connection between the two. Just in that opening of the woman and the police officer, I forget, Lucy was her name? Just this connection of fear and worship that I didn't know what that would be, what that entailed. Now that I'm on the other side of the episode, I feel like it is, well, that these two concepts were used in a very interesting way. Because no matter what you have faith in, whether it's a belief system or just whatever it is, that would be the strongest thing, in theory, to quell your fears. But I really like the concept of this episode. It's really sad. I really loved Rita. I loved how drawn the Doctor was to her immediately. And it just kind of reminded me of Martha just for a little bit. Like, he finds these like-minded people sometimes, and he's just like, oh, let's talk, let's get it going on. Would you want to come with me? And I really liked, now I can't remember his name, I really liked the cowardly alien. I am immediately going to go and look up who played him because he just did such a great job. His face covered in prosthetics, but there were some really subtle moments, like when he was having that one-on-one with the Doctor in the dining room, that I was like, whoever that is, he's very good. And he also had some of my favorite lines of the episode. I love the idea of the Minotaur in the maze. I actually used to know more folklore about minotaurs and mazes, but it kind of escapes me at the moment. But I always really loved that concept. And I think it's very smartly used here. Things like abandoned corridors, endless stairs, repeating patterns. All these things are very claustrophobic. I have a lot of phobias. I have a healthy skepticism on a whole lot of things, and yet I have more than a few phobias. So claustrophobia is one of them. And I think that, that feeling of having no escape and of everything being the same and everything repeating, and you just sort of lose your sense of direction and your sense of self, that's very frightening. That's very frightening. So the camera work in this episode was amazing. Really outstanding. I'm especially fascinated by the Doctor finding his room, 11, of course. And he opened it and I heard the TARDIS gong. I don't know if it's that it, represents time, what he fears the most is an end of his time, maybe. That's how I interpret it. That might change with more thought about the episode, but I think that was what immediately struck me about that. It was fascinating to see what other people's fears were. I loved how Rory kept like worrying that what's Amy hitting me and what's Amy gonna do? Like he's afraid of Amy. Which he said in the last series when she asked him on her wedding day, "Are you afraid of me?" Yeah. But yeah, I know I'm kind of all over the place in this commentary, but I just love sort of the combination of issues, of fear, faith, the character issues that were raised, the dynamic of the Doctor and all the people there. Yeah, it was just really fascinating. I think what I was expecting coming into this episode was like the kickoff into the end of the series. Like we just had a couple standalones, so I think I was expecting 11, 12, and 13 to be a whole stretch. So I was actually really surprised and pleased that that was not the case. But I had been wondering about just how the dynamic between Rory, Amy, and the Doctor would be affected. And it was fascinating how at the start of this episode, both Rory and Amy's faith in the Doctor was still intact even after that last episode. I would be a little sad if Amy and Roy are truly gone. All the other companions except for Donna have returned. Well, all the companions that I have met except for Donna have returned in some way or another. So unless something really weird happens, you're pretty much in the Doctor's circle forever if you're still around and if he's still around. And River is still out there. And I feel like if Amy and Roy's daughter is still running around, that at some point we may also see Amy and Roy again. All right, guys, that's it for me today. Thanks so much for watching this one with me. If you enjoyed the reaction, please feel free to give it a like, a share, and a subscribe. Full reactions are on Patreon, and be sure to join me for the next episode. All right, thanks, guys. Bye.